Hello and welcome to the AFK Report, an AMG podcast by AMG members for AMG members, but also for the AMG community. I'm one of the regular hosts, JRM. Some of you might already know me. If not, then what are you watching? And we also have Jerry here as a co-host, the co-leader
Hello.
from AMG. Hello, Jerry. And we have our first official guest in the AMG podcast, the AFK Report, MassiveCommander, a former leader of AMG and a long-time member. Well, compared to me, it's not long time, but compared to
And it's long time. I can say it's a long time.
yeah, it's long time. The first introduction for those of you that don't know me. I joined the clan in 2019, so about 7 years ago. Yeah, as a regular member, of course. I don't know when I became an admin, but it was a few months later. And afterwards, eventually, I don't know the year it was. I think it was even before Jerry and Massive joined. I was leader. I don't know, guys. Were you already? Was I already leader when you guys joined the clan?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
In my case, yes.
Okay, so then it's been many years. I'm 37 years old. I'm yeah, okay, I'm happily married. I don't have to think about it. And I have an 8-year-old son. My favorite game is Battlefield 1, of course. I have way too many hours in that game. I think it's over a year if you actually look at the amount of hours. It's actually a year of my life in that game, so it's a long time. So yeah, that's me. So Jerry, introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Jerry. I joined the clan on 14th of January 2022. The why I joined was basically I just was searching for a competitive clan that was playing a lot of Clan Wars. So that was the first one I saw, and also it was recruiting in the chat, so that's why one of the reasons I instantly decided to join.
Do you remember who recruited you?
Massive.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So he was like my first first friend in AMG, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, then I played in the first Clan War quite quickly, like maybe a month after joining. It was against Lone Wolves. A few months later, I became an admin, and later on, also a recruiting officer, and then event manager, and now I'm also a leader. I like to play Battlefield, and my favorite game is Skyrim.
Not Battlefield 1?
My God.
It's not?
No.
Oh, Skyrim. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we should close this podcast. There's no reason to discuss.
So Jerry, and how many kids do you have?
0 kids.
Pacandri's
I'm
just
20 years old,
subscribed
so
with Twitch Prime for
no,
free.
not in that
Hello, good
category
evening.
yet.
All right. Anything else you would like to share?
No, I think I went over everything.
Okay, Massive.
Okay, hi, I'm Massive, and I'm 29 years old. I'm, as you can say from the accent, I'm Greek, and I think I'm in AMG like for 5 years, right? For 5 years, yes. I don't know when I became an admin. I don't know like when I don't remember when I became a leader, but I know why I joined. I joined because like I have been in other clans before AMG because I was playing the game since the release, pretty much, and I was looking for an.
Do you remember who recruited you?
I remember that it was Phil Scent and Honeyflower during the game that I decided to join. Like I was in AMG2, I believe, and it was Phil Scent and Honeyflower there, and that's how I joined. Like I felt a warmness and that's why I joined. Like I pretty much was searching for a friendly and nice and cozy environment because I have felt toxicity before in this game as well. So I was searching for something like that, and I pretty much found it on AMG. Like my favorite game, like the top game I have ever played is Battlefield 1, obviously, duh. But I also like some single player games, which I'm gonna say maybe later, we shall see. Uh, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to add.
Okay. Well, Master,
Okay.
there is a reason why we invited you as a first guest because you, I think you are the one that took the initiative of coming back together in real life because we already did this in Berlin. And if I remember correctly, it was Fu that organized that trip. Well, it initiated it, let's say. And you're the one that initiated the trip to Amsterdam, correct?
Yeah, correct. We actually had on May, like on 2023, I guess. I'm if
Was it
am I
2023? I thought it was 24.
yeah, yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was
2023.
2023. Yeah, okay.
Holy shit, that's 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like I'm 29 years
profanity.
old. I swear.
Okay.
We had a really good trip, at least in my point of view, a real life trip in Berlin, and actually, like I felt that I missed it a little bit, so I took the initiative to suggest something like that, and I'm really happy that it's going to happen this May, 2026, again on Amsterdam.
Okay.
And
Is there
also
is
to
there
add
anything
some.
you specifically want to see there? Because for me, Amsterdam, it's weird because I don't live that far. For me, it's like a 4 hour drive. I actually don't know anything about the city. I've never been there. I don't know what to see there. I've heard there's Formula One there in certain times of the year, but I actually don't know anything about the city.
You know, I actually like it's really funny because when I was younger, like I mean a lot younger, I was saying that my favorite place that I would like to go was Amsterdam for some reason. I didn't know anything about Amsterdam, obviously, but yeah, like I don't expect to see something. I expect to have a nice time again. That's my goal.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also want to add that for whichever other community or whatever wants to do real life meetups and stuff like that, I can tell you that you're gonna find a lot of topics to discuss because, in my opinion, and in on my point of view, when we went to Berlin, we actually like 5% of our time together we discussed about the game, or even less. So,
I don't
like.
even remember if you mentioned the game.
Yeah. Okay, like I'm doing just a little percentage, so I'm not off completely, you know. So yeah.
Okay. What did you enjoy the most last time? For me personally, it was the moment where we shared our drinks and foods from our home country. It was in this little bar. I think we ate some, was it Chinese or Indian food? And then afterwards, they allowed us to stay and actually, open our own drinks and foods. I think that's, well, the thing I remember the most of that trip.
Yeah, I mean, this was really nice. I didn't like the food. I would say that I didn't like the food. Not the food that we brought, but the food that we ate there. I
The
didn't like
Indian,
it.
I
Yeah,
it was
like
okay for me.
yeah, I don't know, but actually it was really nice that we exchanged the like the food and stuff and the sweets from each country with each other. Uh, like I can't pinpoint something specific in this trip. Like I felt good most of it, and I had fun in most of it. Like I can now go back and think a lot of stuff during this trip that I enjoyed. But I have one specific memory that I enjoyed a lot. It was I don't remember which day, but I went with some guys like with Fu, with Frieden. We went to with Fu's kids as well. We went to a war museum of like Germany, and it was really nice because it was like a long walking in like it was a sunny day and stuff like that. I felt good there.
All right. Jerry, you're not gonna come to the Netherlands, right?
No, sadly not, because of uni, and yeah, I won't be able to come, sadly.
Okay. Well, I've heard already that I think about 6 or 7 people have already confirmed to actually go there, but there are also many people that live in the Netherlands that are only going to come for the evening dinner. So I've had Orson, that's O0RLP, and Thunderstormy, and I think also I can't come up with the name. I would say no, I can't come up with. There's another one from the Netherlands who also is gonna come, but only for the meal. So I think we'll see a lot of people then during that evening meal, but they won't stay for a couple of days.
Maybe Plit.
Could be Pleat, yeah.
Could be Plit again.
Could be
Or
Pleat. I'm not sure. No, Bloodscore still haven't for as far as I know, he hasn't confirmed or denied that he would come. Not even for the meal.
Okay.
Because what I'm going to do now, I'm going to look who let me know that they're going to come, and I'm also going to reserve a big table already and a restaurant. I do have to set up a meeting with Massive to which place because the budgets seem to be an issue. I think personally, if you do something like an all-you-can-eat for, I don't know, 40 euros, which includes food and drinks for 3 hours, I think that's not that expensive. But I can imagine that depending on which country you come from, 40 euros even if it's for 3 hours, that is still expensive. But I already know that, for example, the price comparison, Greek food or the food in Belgium, it's already a massive difference in price. If I go to a Greek restaurant here in my city, I'll probably pay about 70 euros for that meal. And I doubt that you pay that in a restaurant, Massive.
Yeah, I'm not, but the prices are high, like if we compare the wages here. But I'm not gonna be political right now.
Okay. The next segment, unless someone else wants to still say something about the real life trip, I'm looking forward to it. You reserved in a hotel, correct? Massive.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I look forward to it because we reserved a houseboat. So in the middle of Amsterdam, and I think the Netherlands is a country that is known for their water and houses built on water, especially near the shoreline. And I think it's nice that we're in the central of Amsterdam in a houseboat. So I'm wondering if we will feel it or how it will be to sleep there. The reviews are really great. It's just like hundreds of reviews with 5 stars. So and the host already contacted me a few days after we made the reservation. Is there anything you need? Can we help you with something? So yeah, that's already a really good first impression. So I'm really.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna float there. It's gonna be fine.
Okay. The next segment we have in the podcast is the AMG Clanwar versus Red, which was supposed to be taking place right now at this time slot, right? Okay, it was cancelled. So why was it cancelled, Jerry?
Yeah, well, it was cancelled because we didn't really have enough players, and also we didn't have good enough players. We only had 18 signups, which is enough, but we also need backups because people usually don't show up.
Yeah, good example is this podcast. Normally we had a second guest, but stuff happens.
I feel the gap. I feel the gap. Don't worry, guys. It's on me.
So yeah, we had to postpone it. We don't have a set date when it's gonna take place, but we also have like some concerns about the clan war that VG had with Red. They had pretty new players, and the clan war, both of the rounds lasted only a total of 15 minutes. which is like insanely low for a Frontlines clan war.
How long does it usually last? Let's say if you play 3 rounds, how long would it normally last if the teams are balanced?
If the teams are balanced, yeah, it could take like 40 minutes for a round.
Because I remember that wasn't there one specific clan war in which basically the time determined the end of the match, and then the game just decided based on the current status that that team won?
Yes, it was one clan war on Frontlines versus VG.
VG.
Yeah. But like still that I correct me if I'm wrong, Jerry. We haven't played the clan war on Frontlines that we played all the 3 rounds, so we don't know exactly the length it's gonna be if you play all 3 rounds.
In theory, it could last then 40, 80, 2 hours, and then let's add a break. So 2.5 hours basically it could last in the worst case.
Theory, like if every round is the same and it ends up to time deciding like the winner of the round, yeah, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And is there already know who's going to be responsible for the server setup, or who's planning to be responsible? Was it Red that would set up the server, or do we do it, or?
Well, that's usually decided like at the a few days before, pretty much the last thing. We'll probably discuss this like at the last time. So first we still have to decide the maps, and then we will decide who is going to run the server.
Is there going to be a new discussion about the maps then? Because I thought those were already decided.
No, maps haven't been decided yet. Yeah, Red requested that we can decide them later, so we haven't decided them because we also postponed it. So.
And Red, it's their event planner, or is it their clan leader? Who's Red?
We are in talks with one of the event managers. So it's not their leader, so yeah.
Okay.
Uh-oh, retard alert! Retard alert, class!
What rules? Because I know versus VG, usually the SMG weight is banned. Certain elite kits are banned. What's the guideline for Frontlines match? Which rules have to be set usually?
Well, usually we go by the classic rules, so no SMG08 and no mortar, and also no Muraments, but it's a Frontlines clan war, so there's no Muraments.
Retard alert, class!
Sometimes we also ban the transport vehicles, so like scout cars or horses, but for this clan war, no.
Okay. Well, I was about to ask you how was it to plan the clan war with Red, but that hasn't happened yet. Then
you can ask how it is to plan a clan war in general.
In general, yeah, because I already have a sense of how it is, and I don't think it is positive. But I'll let you do the talking.
Okay.
Yeah. Jerry, say.
Yeah, I mean, you can also say, because you're one of the you're still helping me with the event managing, so but from my experience, the hardest part is actually to make people show up to the clan war. Like, people can say, people can say that they are gonna show up, but then when the time is like the time hits 0, then they're missing. So yeah, that's the biggest problem, and then you have to search for the backups. But we usually have them, so it's not like a big problem.
It wasn't a big problem, like since the player base is declining because the game is aging.
But what is the margin? Let's say you need 32 players. How many backups then would you need to? Do you add like 10%, like 20% extra players, or what?
Like I usually okay.
Oh, look who arrived! Our fourth guest. Hello, Mr. Moogle.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm not hearing him. Are you guys?
No,
No.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Sorry if I interrupted someone.
No problem, no problem. Well, before we continue then with the ongoing topic, we invited Moogle specifically because he recently got promoted to an admin in AMG, and we invited him basically to to share about his onboarding process. So maybe Moogle, you can start with introducing yourself, like who are you, what games do you like to play, and how did you find AMG, etc. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I'm Mr. Moogle, or how many people are mispronouncing my in-game nickname, like Mount Google or Mr. Google. I'm most of the time playing Battlefield 1, but I also love to play GTA, and I'm very hyped for the new GTA title. I found AMG through my nephew. He said to me, "Come on, let's play some shooter together." He gifted me the normal Battlefield 1 without premium, without anything else.
Oh, that's not a gift, because you had to buy premium then.
Yes. And then we started searching for servers with active players. We found some servers with active players, and then we got always kicked out for, you don't have this content, you don't have this content. I bought premium, and then we found AMG. And
wait, you didn't actually buy premium, did you? You I hope you bought a new game key with what's it called, Battlefield 1 Revolution, right? Or did you actually buy premium?
I have seen the premium in-game, in the in-game store. It was like €2 or €3.
Oh, okay.
It was very, very cheap.
Okay.
And then we started strolling around, searching for active servers with a big amount of players. And then we found AMG, and I was like 10 or 20 hours in the game online. And after that, I fell in love with AMG because of the very active community. I started playing on AMG 1, on AMG 2. And after a couple of weeks, I noticed some people of the community are started to recognize my name or the name of my nephew when we were playing, and that was so good.
Do we know your nephew's name? Did you mention it?
Let me search for it. For my excuse, I don't even know his in-game name because he's not very active right now.
Oh.
Okay, so as he searches for the name, I want to say that like only probably JRM in this podcast can understand my feeling that we spent like actually €100 on this game, and some people buy it for €3 to €5. No,
Dude, I bought the most expensive version of the game at launch. It was also like €100.
yeah, €100. That's what I'm saying. We bought the game for €100, and then people buy it now for €3 to €5.
But honestly, I'm happy because otherwise, not many people would have found the game.
Yeah, okay, I agree, but still.
And as far as I know, since Battlefield 6 launched, they haven't done any discounts anymore in this game because they know it basically will hurt the sales of their latest game, and that just it sucks. It shouldn't matter which game is selling for them. Moogle, how old are you? Or Mr. Moogle? I actually never asked you. Do we say Mr. Moogle? Or do we just say Moogle?
Whatever you feel. That's for me. It's Mr. Moogle or Moogle. That's both the same for me.
So Moogle, how old are you?
I'm getting 37 this year.
Oh, okay. So we're the same age. And wife, kids?
I have a wife. I'm thankfully for this, and I have 2 beautiful children. And the reason why I'm late today is because we were hosting the birthday party for my daughter today.
Dude, if we knew it was your daughter's birthday party, we could have put it at another time slot.
No, everything is good.
So where is she now, your daughter?
They're sitting in our living room watching a little bit of Blippi on YouTube and are preparing to go to bed.
Okay. So Moogle, I already mentioned it. So the reason we invited you is to let us know how was the onboarding process, because you became a moderator, you started off as a junior admin and eventually became a senior admin. And what's your point of view, your experience? What are things we might have to improve, or what are things you really enjoyed during that process?
The process to getting a junior admin or a senior admin, it was for me a little bit rough. I asked Jerry if it's okay, or no way. I asked maybe to be an admin and giving something back to the community. And he told me, okay, give me some time. I will check out with the other admins or leaders of our community. And I will reach back to you. And it was like a 2 days gap. He came back to me and said, okay, here are the links, the admin's guideline, what are you supposed to do, watch the videos, read everything through, and there you go.
Okay.
And after this, I was sitting there and, okay, and how do I kick people, or how am I supposed to temporary ban someone or permaban someone? That was a little bit rough, but the great thing is some of our admins hopped in and helped me out a lot. And they are already still help me out with some questions I have about it's okay?
Credit where credit's due, so feel free to mention their name if there's people that helped you out. Give them a shout out. Who helped you?
Most of them were Hakan Barish and Athena.
Okay.
Thanks a lot to them.
Nice. And do you think then we should, make it simpler in the sense that we not just send you the topics to read, but also maybe organize a call or something to go over it with you? Or what would have made it easier? Because to be honest, you're not the first one that says that it's a lot. For me, I read the text and I say it's simple, right? I read it once and I understand it, but I'm the one that wrote it, so it's a little biased. What do you think? What would help in the case to make it easier for new admins?
Yeah, for example, just showing the Discord commands, how you can kick someone when you are not in the game tools, when you are just on Discord on your phone and the /bfkick, etc. That would be great.
Okay, so let's say that we make a video in which we use some commands. That alone would already then be really helpful.
Yeah, or just for example, just let one of our players from the community join the server, and okay, we are now training on this player. Just for example, kick, I don't know, Xensis. Just to practice it, but and typing the command in, typing the player name in, and the reason.
Okay, well, I mean, we can do something with that, don't we, Jerry? So, because it's not the first time we've heard that or that we noticed that new admins are struggling with the commands and the rules. Well, that's also the reason, by the way, Moogle, why we introduced the quiz that I don't know if you remember that, the quiz that we made, because that was already based on the feedback that we received that, or the impression that we got that new admins don't really understand everything that they've read. And the quiz is like, was our way to see, like, did you understand everything? But a video can definitely help, or maybe like a test session, sure. Okay, well, thanks for the feedback. Is there anything else you would like to share?
From my side, I'm good for the moment, yes.
Okay. Well, before you joined, we were talking about Clan Wars, and specifically Massive and Jerry were going to tell us what was, well, mostly difficult about organizing a clan war. And Jerry brought up that one of the most difficult things is to get people to actually show up. And I just before you joined, asked him the question, like, how many reserves do you need? Like, for example, if you have 32 players, how many extra players do you need? Or when you have 18 players, or was it 16 in front lines? How many reserves do you need? So that was my question right before you joined. Now, keep in mind, Moogle, you might not know the contents of every topic, but feel free to just hop in whenever you like. If you hear something and you want to give your opinion during the rest of the podcast, just hop in, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so Jerry, you were about to explain.
Okay, so for example, usually for 32 players, we need at least like 8 more backups. So that's usually enough. For 16, I would at least have another, 4 or 5 to be safe. So around that many. Like usually it's not a lot of people that don't show up, but it's always like at least 2, always.
Okay.
And I want to add that on smaller modes, for example, usually when you have a good pool of players that are willing to play, you usually basically strategize based on the fact that some players are going to play 2 rounds, and some other player is going to play 1 round, etc. So I mean, you show them the strategy based on that they are gonna play, let's say, Ballroom and Argon, for example. So they know the strategy. If this player has to, be a substituted, like be a substitute to some other player, he has to read the strategy like 1 minute before he joins the round. So it's kind of confusing as well.
Okay. Because I honestly expected that you guys were going to tell me that the negotiation is the most stressful things about the clan war, like agreeing on the terms, agreeing on the maps, agreeing on the rules. I thought that would be the most stressful thing of organizing a clan war.
I have agreed, like what Jerry has said. I agree completely. Like I think gathering the players and having them by the time of the event there, and also not needing to get on like calling a player, texting him, where are you? Come we play now, and etc. Like this is the hardest part for me, and that's why I agree with Jerry. And also I agree with the number of players, because I was thinking on 32 players 8, and he said 8, so I wouldn't say that as well.
Okay. Well, I don't know if there's anything else we can mention about the upcoming clan war then, since it's a bit vague. We don't know the maps yet. We don't know the rules yet. All I know that, a clan war that lasts 5 minutes is not. Yeah, I don't want to stream that. That's not also something I think enjoy watching.
I mean, it's not only for people that watching. Like, imagine the players that are actually playing, or they have reserved the Saturday, Sunday night doing this instead of doing whatever else, and they have to prepare, go there and play 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that's it. It's bad.
So I think then one of the terms they have to agree on at least is that they won't continue to practice on that game mode, because as far as I know, I know you guys play Frontline sometimes, but as far as I know, most AMG members don't even play that game mode at all.
I will say that AMD, even though the player base is not exactly the player base that plays Frontlines, at least the experienced players have actual experience on Frontlines based on Clan Wars, because we have made some Clan Wars on Frontlines, and they have experience to play Frontlines. The thing is that AMG, since when I joined, AMG was actually pretty much never trained for any clan war that has given. I don't know, and I mean, like, if we consider how we have done on all those clan wars, I will say that we have done pretty well, considerably pretty well.
Okay. All right. So well, our next podcast is gonna be maybe at the end of March, somewhere in that area. So I hope by then that we at least know when the new clan war is gonna be. I'm assuming it's gonna be April at least, right? So that people have time to plan or reserve their time. It's not gonna happen this month, or is it?
Probably not. But we still have, like, we have to talk it over and decide the date.
Okay.
Before we leave the topic,
Retard
some
alert!
guy on Twitch channel
Retard
said
alert,
something
class!
about having a second server in order to practice. We have done it. We have done this in the past. Like, we have rented servers for practice. The tough part is basically seeding it and keeping it alive so the players can practice. Like, if and especially on small mode, it's even harder to keep a server alive because it's like less amount of players, and then you probably seed it. You give the effort to seed the server. You play 2 rounds, and then people might leave because they don't like the next map, and that's it. Like, I'm all like, I like having a server to practice. I also like Frontlines anyways. Like, probably I like it even more than Conquest these days, but it's tough. It's a tough situation.
And are there still community servers in that game mode? Are there still clans that actually have, that actually still have a Frontline server dedicated? Well, today someone asked me in game where they could find a supply drop game, but I think it's probably to unlock certain stuff, because I remember, I mean, this is 10 years ago, that you had to play certain game modes for certain gun skins or achievements or whatever. But I think for new players, it's not possible anymore. Maybe Frontlines, Conquest, but the other game modes, I think it's really difficult to actually still get those achievements or medals or. Can who hear us? Oh, okay. I might know what the issue is. Okay. Can you hear the guests again? Can someone say something?
Yeah. Okay. Can you hear us?
Hello?
Hello, hello.
Can you guys hear the guests again? Let us know in the chat.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
fine.
I'm sorry. Now, the reason why this issue happened is because we went live, and I noticed that people are following and subscribing to the Twitch channel, and there are constantly notifications. Now during gameplay, it's not that annoying, but during a conversation, I there comes like a notification retard alert when a new person subscribes. So I disabled the audio, but I disabled the incorrect source, I guess. So normally there should be no more chat notifications or subscribe or follow notifications. So if people listen to this on their phone or in the car, that they don't get these annoying notifications while they're driving, for example. So that was the reason. My apologies.
Okay.
Yeah, massive.
I don't have anything else to say. Just to sum up, like we said that second service is tough for the said reasons, and yeah, like I feel that Clan Wars at this point of the game, it's also tough to create. Like I don't believe that there is gonna be another big Clan War like 32 versus 32, but I hope that we can actually have this one because rats are, in my opinion, quite competitive. And it's gonna be a fun event. Like if we can bring the same, like the same good amount of players or whatever.
All right. I'm looking forward to it. Whatever you do, don't plan it on the 18th of April. Okay?
Okay.
Or the
Oh my God.
17th. Do you
And
know
we said
why? Does anyone know
because you
why?
have yes, I know.
Why?
Because it's your anniversary.
Yes. Oh, you actually know. Okay.
Yes, I just figured out, like you said it felt really important.
Okay.
Uh,
The next segment we have basically was just introduced right before we went live because for me it was news. So maybe for people in the community it's also still fresh news that Salty Noobs community is gonna shut down. Now, for those of you who don't know this, as far as I know, it was, or at the moment it still is, the biggest Battlefield 1 community in North America. Is it not?
Yeah, I
in
think it
my
is.
yeah, I think so as well.
Because in contrary of Europe, all the regions in the world have noticed a real big decrease of players, also in Europe, but like in Australia and many parts of the world, now North America as well, it's really hard to keep servers going with a really small and shrinking community. Now, Deviath or Deviath, I don't know how to pronounce his name, is the clan leader of Salty Noobs, and he wrote a message to the community. So I'm going to be reading this, but I haven't read this at all. So for me, every word is going to be new. And afterwards, then we can maybe discuss if we see something similar happen in the future in Europe. So he writes, hello everyone, this post for me has been a long time coming, but I will be leaving Salty Noobs, and with me leaving, after talking with the admins, Salty Noobs as a Battlefield 1 group will come to its close. I have to say that being part of this group since its creation as PS all maps to it being Salty Noobs and creating all the tools to run this group and the North America Battlefield 1 community has been a hell of a time. It's been fun, but it's also been stressful. But it's time for me to move on. Being here, getting to play with many of you, making the friends I have has been great, and I don't regret any of it. You all helped create this community, and even though it's usually pretty quiet in Discord for the most part, Battlefield 1 and Salty Noobs has been one of the best communities I've been a part of. Thank you. Thank you all for being there and a load of fun. I'm also glad during my time here I was able to help a lot of other communities, including Lone Wolves, Buds, TMGC, CCC, TSC, HHM, that one is new for me, GOM, and others. To all of our VIPs and boosters, thank you for helping support the servers, seeding, website, hosting costs, and keeping them running. You have offset a lot of the cost I used to personally pay out of pocket. The amount I've spent on hardware for seeding and other tools I've created is I honestly didn't keep track, but and on LOL. At one time, I had 3 64-core Xeon servers. Damn. I built myself at home, running all sorts of things from our old Automod tools and much more. I remember that we also used to have so many virtual machines to seed. It was crazy. At some point, I think I had 16 VMs. It was crazy. To all the former owners of Salty Noobs, if you end up reading this somehow, thank you for everything you did as well. Not Aloysius, I think wasn't she an AMG member at some point? Was the female streamer? No.
I guess for like a couple of weeks.
No, she was member. She was member for longer, but she was basically absent in the sense that she didn't interact with anyone. She was actually supposed to launch AMG in North America. Remember this? Years ago? Yeah, that never happened. Yeah. Then we have the Millennium and Maverick. Thank you for allowing me to join you and all, eventually trusting me to make it, to take over and to make the tools for Salty Noobs, which eventually led to me being able to share them with the rest of the North American Battlefield 1 community. You all worked so hard creating this and for a long period of time brought Battlefield 1 back from the dead along with members from TSC in the very beginning, Ozzy, Spexy and others. There was a lot of you and I can't remember you all. To all of the awesome Salty admins, including Frogras, who also has left very recently. I've already said this, but I will say it again. Thank you for all your hard work after all these years. Seeding, catching cheaters, managing servers, changing map profiles. You name it, you guys have done it a lot as well. Even if some of you went inactive or just stopped in here and there, all of your efforts are beyond appreciated. I would have gone insane if we had to do it along with creating Salt Lord, U-Ban, and all the other bots and tools we used along the way. I also can't forget Antares, I think it's pronounced. Thank you for being with us and part of us with the oldest server in Battlefield 1 that has the most favors by far. FragCheck, your server has been a staple of Battlefield 1 for many years, and I'm hoping you and some others can hopefully continue keeping that server up and running, even if it has been very difficult to populate the last couple months after the release of Battlefield 6. That being said, I won't be renewing any of the servers owned directly by Salty Noobs moving forward, and when they will expire, Salty East All has already expired, Salty East Base has been in purgatory, and only one server is left, which is called Infantry Conquest, at which point I will be shutting down the website and the Discord will probably be made read only. So it is actually all silence in the community in general after he's leaving. So, okay, so what do you guys thought? For me, I think it's a sad thing because eventually it will happen also in Europe. But I do think we're still a few years away from that moment that he was experiencing right now. What do you guys think?
Okay. For me, I don't have a big experience of North America or whatever. I think that their servers were the best in this region, just because when we decided, like as AMGs, to play late at night on North America, we would I think exclusively go there. Is it correct, Jerry? I don't remember a different server. But yeah, like I feel that at some point the community had a lot of servers, and at this point it's gonna be on every single community because as I said, the community is shrinking, etc., etc. Maybe some people lose interest in the game or they want to migrate to something else. I think that's going to happen to every community slowly in Europe as well, because at some point we had a peak of every community had at least one server or maybe two or three. Eventually it's going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be in a short period of time here in Europe. I feel for example, that maybe Lone Wolves don't. Maybe Lone Wolves discontinue for front lanes. Let's say maybe I don't know how many servers at this point Bob have. They had a lot of servers. Okay, I don't think that every community has to have a server in order to serve their interests or likes on the gameplay.
I think a good example is FFS, because they're a pretty, I wouldn't say a large clan, but they're a pretty large group of friends. But they don't have their own dedicated server. They just have chosen AMG as their home. And I think eventually other clans need to do the same. Like just choose your home and still play together and represent your group of friends or your clan. Now, you were not involved with the decision of the closing of AMG2. I know I can't speak for Jerry, but I was a bit in doubt, because in one way it made sense, because we know, well, not many people were actually donating for AMG2, and the fact that you don't donate for a server, it also basically represents the sentiment. If you compare this with AMG1, we have dozens of donators, so it was a big difference between both servers. Also, we had almost no regulars on that, so eventually the combination of it just costing a lot of money and it not actually contributing to, I don't know, the feeling that you have of a close community, that for me, I think to this point it was still a good decision. If I play now on AMG servers, there's always 5 to 10 AMGs online. I think a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I had 16 AMGs when I started playing, and then at the end of the stream there were like 24 AMGs on the server, and that was crazy. And I don't remember seeing something like that in years. And so for me, I think it was the right call to make AMG a little bit smaller again. But yeah, I don't know, Massive, Moogle, or even Jerry, like, how do you feel now, a few months after we shut down AMG2?
Well, I personally pretty miss the AMG2. Like, it was one of the main servers that I played on. So it was a heartbreak when we discontinued it. I really loved the time when we made it popular maps, like when people voted for maps that they like to be put on. So I really love that concept. But yeah, community is shrinking, so we had to discontinue it, which is sad, but it is what it is.
Like a small addition for me is that the problem when you lose some service is that as I see it, if like I will take as an example AMG server. If you want to play on AMG server right now, if you are not a VIP or whatever, you're gonna have to wait a lot in queue right now for this to happen. Like for example, me that I don't pay for VIP right now on AMG, I have to. Yeah, I have to wait a lot. Like if I see 9 people in queue, I probably am gonna switch to something else, and maybe that's let's say lower the quality of my gameplay or my game time there. I'd say that's the only thing that I'm seeing, or what I'm missing from AMG2, because AMG2, okay, yeah, it was there. It didn't have a big queue, so you could join there. Like you wouldn't find a slot on AMG1, you would go AMG2. But I get the point of discontinuing it.
What I didn't like during the day was, for me, during the day, so let's say on a Saturday afternoon or on a Monday when I had an extended weekend, for example, for me it was a DICE server. In the evenings, yes, you could encounter some other AMGs, and maybe some regulars, but mostly during the day I was playing against level hundreds or lower. Like maybe there was 1 to 2 150s on that server, and I was used to playing against, I don't know, like I think sometimes 50% of, well, maybe not that, but like 30-40% of the server is 150 on AMG1. So it's completely different. And it might be weird, but I don't like the DICE server feeling. Like I only played it because I was a leader, or I'm still a leader, and I was like, okay, there's no admins there, and the other admins are playing in AMG1, so I'm just gonna join it. So I did it out of the feeling that I had to, but not because I wanted to. But it was different for you guys because you clearly liked the second server more than I did.
In like how you say it, like I feel exactly the same way. Like I felt it was dicey, you know. I don't believe that it was a good server or a competitive server. Sometimes I don't feel it for AMG1 as well on some big maps or whatever. But still, it's like you have the second option. That's my point.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Moogle? Or Mr. Moogle?
My opinion is, so why don't we start trying, for example, just a weekend server from Friday evening to Monday and see what will happen?
Well, the first problem I see in that is, well, in terms of price, it's okay. It's going to be more expensive for sure, because when you buy a server for 30 days, you pay a little over €1 per day. But if you host a server, as I think if you do 3 days, it's like €12, so it's a lot more expensive. On top of that, you also need a seeding system, which we now outsource to another community, and the seeding system is set up this way that it has priorities in terms of which server is online and which isn't. And on top of that, €12. So let's say that you do a weekend server. So 12 times 4, it's already more than a monthly server cost. And on top of that, you'll also have to pay the monthly seeding system for that server, because you can't say, well, it's only 8 days in a week, so we only pay 1/4 of the price, because they still have to set up the system and make sure that it works whenever we put the server online. So that would make a weekend server more expensive than a monthly server, in which we were not receiving any donations or support for. So I understand the concept in the old seeding world, in which because we used to just actually manually seed, manually join the server, ask people to join, play for it for 2 hours to fill it up. Doing this every weekend, it's I don't think we'll find the people for it to do it. There won't be enough love for the concept, I think, to manually seed an unknown server, because it will not gain any popularity during the week, for only the weekends. That's my opinion, or the issues that I see with it. Silence.
Yeah, absolutely, yes.
Okay, let's start with the jokes then.
No, what I do think we might be able to accomplish in Europe is that we do something as a bigger community, in the sense many clans working together to host a certain game mode in the weekends, and that we don't focus on any rules or language rules or weapon rules or whatever, but we just set up a game mode. It could be War Pigeons for a weekend, it could be Back to Basics, it could be not Conquest, it could be Hardcore, it could be many different game modes. But I think maybe if we do it as a community, and we actually have then multiple people seeding from all the communities in Europe in the weekend, that might be something worth doing to keep the game alive more. And then you might have people actually playing Supply Drop, or what is that game mode called, in which you have to fly planes only? What's it called? I don't think Air Assault, yeah. Because there are many aspects of this game that just people can't play anymore. So that's something, if anyone wants to start a project like that, I would be willing to work on it. But I think as just one small community to try it, I think it's too small. I think it's too late the lifespan of the game to start doing that.
Yes, I agree on that.
I think also we had a lot of problems with community organized events in the past. Like I think we had a Clanwar or an event with 4 different communities. So I think it was AMG, VG, Lone Wolves, and Bong or Bob. I'm not sure. And a lot of people didn't show up to that event. Like it was really bad and unorganized overall. I mean, it's reasonable. Why? Because it's like hard to organize so many people, because there was probably so many players that signed up, and event manager had to like spread them accordingly to each play at least one round. So yeah, it was a total mess as I remember it. Like multiple people didn't like leave after they were told that they don't play the next round, or some of them didn't even show up, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, someone in Twitch chat says we have a second server with rotating game modes. Or we can have like a second server with rotating game modes. Lone Wolves has the same with their number 2. But what I've heard, and it could be rumors, that they're actually struggling with their second server and that they are thinking about shutting it down simply because it's too difficult to keep it up and running. And Lone Wolves has been known for their infantry servers for years now. And I think if they can't manage to keep an infantry-focused service up and running with their, community and their sweaty players, because that's what they're basically known for, then I think it's more difficult for casual clans to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do think it's sad that Salty Noobs is just shutting down, especially the last part where he wrote that he was going to even discontinue the website. I sort of understand, but the community as well. I would just rename the server to maybe Battlefield 1 North America and stuff, and just keep it going, for people that are interested in still sharing stuff with each other and talking with each other. Because as far as I know, they have thousands of users in that Discord. I'm not a fan of the decision to just cut everyone off completely when the last server dies. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, he could just leave the server die when it dies, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree on that.
I think that's the case. Like, I remember a clan was called TKG, and
I remember.
I remember. Yeah. And I think they had a server. I'm not sure, but I remember that
They did, yeah.
what happened. Yeah, okay. What happened is that they discontinued the server, and the Discord actually faded to like people just stopped interacting there, so the Discord closed eventually. And also with Epics when they abandoned their 24/7 Sinai server, I think they actually closed entirely, or maybe
Wait. Is Epics dead?
Epics, yeah.
Didn't they rename themselves to something else?
I mean, they had a lot of players that migrated to ButG.
Yes.
But,
Okay, that's what I was
but
thinking.
it's not a rename, like Epic's closed, so those players went to ButG. I don't think, not I don't think, I'm pretty sure that Epic's just decided to close. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay, anyone else who wants to share about this topic, about the future of the European Battlefield 1 community?
If I could say something, I can totally understand why the leaders of Salty Noobs were closed the Discord servers. Imagine what will happen if you have a Discord server running without moderators, without admins, without anything else. That would end in a pool of people who, I don't know, share their
porn spam and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
That's true, but if you don't care, you don't care. Like,
well, I don't know about America, but in Belgium it's not that simple. Last year, someone was convicted, actually for jail time, because he was the owner of a WhatsApp group, which was not moderated and which people shared some racist memes in it. And it was racist in the sense, for example, someone with a big nose representing a Jew and stuff like that. And basically were like jokes on the edge of what were still okay or not okay. You all seen them in TV shows, etc. But he was actually convicted for that in Belgium. So for actual jail time for post he didn't even make because he was the owner of the group. Even though at court they looked at the evidence and they had proven based on his PC records that he actually never seen those images because they were not in his cache of the phone. But still, he was convicted for it. But I don't know if that's the case in America. But I know the day that I'm gone and I'm not sure that the server is getting moderated, it's probably also best to just shut it down because I'm not risking jail time for a game. Or I have to hand it over to someone who was willing to take over, of course. But
yeah, handing it over, maybe it's a better solution.
But if there's no one, then to hand it over to, then yeah, and then I'm also thinking of then just doing what he is doing. But I don't think that's actually happening in the United States, that you can get jail time for some memes online. I'm not sure, but in Belgium you can actually get sentenced to jail. Okay, our next segment is hardware. So we have a few questions that we can ask our guests, and we can also answer themselves. But I'll answer the questions first. I'll ask the question first. Is there anyone planning on buying new hardware this year? Is there something you're looking forward to of buying or upgrading? I'll maybe let the co-host Jerry start.
Personally not, especially because of the RAM prices, I'm not considering buying a new PC. I also recently, it was last year in summer, I bought a new GPU 5080. So I think my current PC currently is in a pretty good spot, so I don't plan on upgrading anything. If I upgrade, I will probably upgrade the whole PC except the GPU.
What do you have now? What CPU?
I currently have i7-12700K.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
32 gigs of DDR4 RAM and 7 terabytes of storage, 850 watts power supply.
So basically, you just need to buy a new motherboard in order to have the faster RAM and the new latest PCI Express standard, etc. So yeah,
exactly.
I understand. Mm-hmm. What about you, Massive? Except for a better mic. No, I'm just kidding.
I should upgrade, but I'm not planning to upgrade. Yeah, because I'm actually on. I'm planning to move out soon. Change apartment basically.
Oh, okay, not move out Greece.
Not move out Greece, yeah. But I'm gonna have some extra costs there, so I'm not planning to do anything about my system.
Okay. And what about you, Moogle? Mr. Moogle? Is he only going to answer if we say Mr. now? There you go.
I'm very happy I bought my new gaming PC last year before all the crazy stuff happened with DDR RAM prices or GPU prices. So I won't change anything for the next 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years? You're willing to make that commitment today? Keep in mind the new consoles are coming out next year, so.
Yeah, but I'm happy with my system right now, so it's okay for me.
Okay. Well, now I feel a bit embarrassed, but I think I am going to upgrade some stuff this year, even though I think I have a similar PC to Jerry, or maybe even a bit better. I currently have an ultra-wide monitor, but it's only 165 hertz. And what I would like to have is a higher refresh rate because there are many gamers already playing at 240 or higher. And the panels that are coming out this year are so impressive in terms of motion clarity and in sense of text clarity. And I'm going to upgrade, I think, to a 360 hertz ultra-wide monitor. And in order to then reach those frame rates, I'll probably also have to upgrade the CPU. But I'm not sure yet when AMD is gonna release their next CPUs. So maybe this year or next year. But yeah, I think I am going to do that. Another thing, if this podcast thingy, what we're doing right now, is something that we keep on doing on a regular basis, I might also upgrade my Stream Deck, in which gives me more audio control with some sliders and stuff like that. Because currently, I don't know if you notice, but I have a Stream Deck, but I also have a dedicated mixer on my desk. So basically, I can change music or game sound or disc or whatever with sliders, with actually manual sliders on my desk. I made it myself. So basically, I just bought a DJ controller and I put some, I think it's from, how do you call the online source with a lot of open source things? It's owned by Microsoft. Help me, GitHub. I found a GitHub page that basically hacks this controller and adds some software to it to make it control your audio mixer in Windows, so that you can just control all mixes, all sources in Windows. And I think then the new Stream Deck with the buttons and the sliders is better to replace those things. Now I have the Stream Deck and the DJ controller, and then I just need one to save some space on my desk. So yeah, that's it for me.
Are you using the Elgato Stream Deck?
Yes, yeah,
the
official
popular one.
the XL
Okay.
version. So I already have 32 buttons. Currently, I'm not really well prepared for this podcast, because in the future, I think we might also do some screen sharing and stuff like that. But I haven't set up those things yet. Not for this scene and OBS, anyways. But yeah, now I have and the Stream Deck XL and that Nano Control 2 controller, and it's just too much things to dust off and too much room on the desk, for my opinion. One question, if you guys can look up at the moment, I'm really interested to see how much does 32 gigabytes RAM cost in your country at this today, at this moment. So you look up 32 gigabytes RAM of one of your popular stores of your country. So that Moogle, that's Germany for you. Massive Greece, Cherry, help me.
Slovenia.
Yes. And I'll do it then for Belgium. And I would like to see, in terms of cost of living, like what's the difference. So 32 gigs of RAM, and the speed has to be 6,000. If you can look that up.
Okay, I looked it up. For me, most of the RAM is between 400 and 500. I see some of them for even 900. Yeah. But most of the 32 6000 ones are for 500 to 400.
Okay.
400 to 500 euros.
Yeah. But usually when I buy new hardware, I don't buy in my country. Like I usually buy from Germany because it's cheaper.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it's around the same for me.
Really?
Yeah, 430, 450.
For me, here in Switzerland right now, the cheapest is 335 euros.
Okay.
Okay, that's a lot cheaper.
With 6,000 speed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm still looking. Give me a second. But I think I already saw something. So 335 in Germany. That's the cheapest, right?
Yeah.
I see it's very similar to, well, it's more expensive though. 360. It's the least expensive kit. Oh, Siri thinks I'm talking to her. Because 360 sounds like Siri, I guess. So 360 euros, it's crazy. just like 1 year ago, it was half that price, or even lower.
You have Siri.
Yes, on my iPhone.
Okay, a new iPhone member.
It's not new. I've had it for a long time. I have for my business phone is an Android, a OnePlus phone, and then my personal phone is an iPhone.
Okay.
So I have both. I actually prefer the speed of the Android, but I prefer the simplicity of the iPhone, to be honest.
Okay. I still think Androids are better.
Okay.
Just my opinion.
Well, do you have an iOS device?
No.
So how can you make that assumption? I have both.
Well, I use the iOS. Like my dad has it, so I have used it a couple of times, and I honestly don't like it.
Because?
Well, I don't like when you're like on a website, it's kind of difficult to like swipe out of it or get back to where you were.
Okay.
Also the specs of the iPhones are like much worse compared to Android.
The specs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they offer with less specs the same thing.
Well, no, not really. If you look at the screen, for example, I think all base models are still 60 hertz. And I think for an Android, you can already buy like a 120 hertz phone for 200 or 300 euros, which is less than half what Apple is asking.
Yeah. Also the price as well.
Well, the price for me is a bit difficult because yes, so I bought my iPhone 16 Plus for 700 euros, right? So it's a lot of money, but on the other hand, the operating system gets updated and supported for 6 years. So yeah, now Samsung does this as well, and I think Google also does it now for their devices for 5 years. But before that, only Apple was the only one with that policy, like actually support the hardware for many, many years after launch with patches and updates and upgrades and features. So yeah, that's also why an iPhone holds its value pretty well. Like you can buy one now and a year later sell it for 150, €2, 100 euros less, while an Android phone, you basically have to cut in half in order to still sell it because the prices also drop a lot faster. So yeah.
True.
But in general, I do think Android it feels snappier. It feels better than my iPhone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I only had so far in my life 2 phones, so I can't really judge a lot. But
when did you get your first phone, by the way? How old were you?
Well, my parents were pretty strict about phones, so I got my first phone in 7th grade. I was like only allowed to get it if I had like a certain amount of like good grades in school. So like if I had good enough grades, I was able to get it basically.
And how old were you then when you got it?
14.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Massive?
It was.
Oh, sorry, Jerry. It
It was pretty late compared to like other kids back then. Like most of my schoolmates and friends had it in like 5th grade already.
5th grade. That means at 11 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
11, 12.
What about you, Massive? How old were you?
I think I was 10. 10 years old. Like I had a device that wasn't like internet compatible or whatever. I just had it because I was going to play basketball with friends, or I was like I was away from home and my parents wanted to have an instant access to me at whatever time, and that's why I had it. But like they were strict as well on that matter. The phone couldn't do anything except calling. That's it.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Moogle?
Oh, that's a good question. My first phone was the Motorola Razr.
I don't know that model. I've heard of it, but
And at that, I was 17 or 16, something like that.
that's late,
Because-
man.
Yeah, because my mom said, "You want a phone? Okay, go work for it. Buy it on your own."
Okay. Well, I got my first phone when I was 12. And well, basically, the comment from my dad was the same. If you want one, work for it. So I did. I worked at a strawberry farm, and I was there between the Indians plucking fruits to get some money to buy my phone. And I upgraded so many times. I think before I was 13, I already upgraded my phone 3 times because I always sold my old model then. My first phone actually had a SIM card the size of a credit card. It's like really old school. You could open it up. It only had a display that only could show 2 lines of text, basically. Then I had the Nokia phone, which supported logos, and that was crazy. Like, you can send a logo to each other, like a heart or whatever. It was so hip and trendy. And then the Nokia, you guys won't know this, but Moogle will know it. The Nokia 3310. Do you remember that model? In Belgium, it was like the phone to have. Everyone had it. Everyone had skins for it and different colors and accessories for it. And I had then the 3330, which was the first model with internet connection. But I had so many phones. Like every year, almost I upgraded my phone since I was 12. And then I started working for a telecom company, and they just gave me a phone every year. So basically, never stopped until I stopped working there 3 years ago. And now I purchase an iPhone, and I'm like good for it. I'll just wait 6 years, and then I'll upgrade again. But 17 years old, Moogle, that's even back in the day. Like I think this generation you can't do this. I think if you don't give your child a phone at 17 years old, you're just I don't know. It's going to be cut off from the world. It won't know which party is going on where or where it needs to be. Or but even back then, I think 17 was really old to get a first phone.
Yeah, it was pretty late, but for me it was pretty good. Yeah.
You already had the ladies. You didn't need to text them.
That's the reason. Yes.
Well, the last hardware question we have is. Do you guys ever see yourself buying smart glasses? I know Meta's working on it. Apple, well, you have Apple Vision, but it's not really smart glasses. But let's say it's to the point in which you can no longer see that it's an actually smart glass. Would you buy it then?
I would definitely.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. It depends though, like obviously on the price, which is gonna be high, okay. But also like I mean we have already been in the situation that we have like everyone has a smartwatch. So what's the difference? That's how I'm seeing it.
Well, for someone who needs a prescription for glasses, I don't think it's practical. Let's say that I need new glasses every year because my eyes, deteriorate over time. Or let's say every 2 years, I would have to replace those glasses again. And I don't see our local glasses stores upgrading to smart glasses anytime soon. When it ever comes to lenses, let's say there are smart lenses which can be powered by our own body energy or something like that, then I might buy it. But I don't see myself wearing smart glasses. But lenses,
I would say on sunglasses actually, because I don't wear glasses,
Oh yeah. It has Otherwise it's not cool enough.
Yes, same. I don't really currently I don't need glasses, so If I would have smart glasses, probably would be sunglasses, yeah.
What about you, Moogle? Also sunglasses club?
Yeah. I don't see any point with this glasses where you can wear and record everyone in your close range. No,
Well, I don't think it's for recording, but I've seen some demos in which they demonstrate the future of the concept is that you, for example, you're wearing those glasses and you're walking around in Germany and you don't speak the language and someone is talking to you and you actually see subtitles underneath what they're saying live on the glasses. And let's say that the person looking at you also is wearing those glasses. You can also speak in your native language and they will see subtitles. So in terms of I think of global communication or of travel, I think is a really interesting concept to just always know what people around you are saying, and also that it might detect what language it is automatically, so that it will just translate it for you. I think that's one of the things I would like to see in lenses or glasses. Our last segment today is games. This is a segment I won't be contributing much because, well, you know that I'm basically a one game kind of guy. I promised Jerry to play one of the free games of AMG News, which I didn't keep because I didn't try any of the free games. I claimed them all. So I have 20 new games in the past month, but for some reason it feels like work learning a new game, installing a game, configuring a new game. It feels like work to me, and by the time I've configured everything, I already don't want to play anymore. So what games are you guys playing lately, and why?
Maybe I should start, or
You can.
Yeah, you can go.
okay. Because I have an answer to that. I was never a horror games fan, but with company, I have discovered there's a company that's called Supermassive Games, and they are producing. They have produced at I think 2015 Until Dawn, but I played the remake now, the 2024. Uh, for me, the game is not only like the story is well designed, like the characters are well designed. That I like a lot that the choices matter. This genre of games, I never believed before that I would like, but it's so fun because you have like all the games that this company has created, which are horror games. Uh, you actually have a company of some guys that go on a remote place and do stuff, and something weird happens. And what you do is that you play with every character. You have dialogues that make them feel more sympathetic or more dislike each other or whatever. And those choices actually matter. The choices that which path you're gonna do. What you hear a voice, for example, and the company goes straight forward. What you're gonna do? You're gonna follow the voice, or you're gonna go with the rest of the company. Like every choice matters, and that choice might kill the character. And I have seen, like, I have played Until Dawn. Recently, I have played The Quarry, and also I have played because they have a Dark Pictures anthology. I have played The Devil in Me from this Dark Pictures anthology, but I'm planning to play the rest as well. And I can actually say that I'm pretty well into it, and I will say that whoever hasn't played it should play because it's quite a good experience, actually.
Can you maybe
Yeah.
share a link to those games in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, sure.
Because I can also add it maybe to the YouTube VOD then. Because for me, it's I've never heard of it.
Same.
I will share it on Twitch, like from Steam, basically. Yeah, but like I feel like the storytelling is actually also a big part that I enjoyed it.
And the
And
story,
as I said,
the stories are those like actually cinematic stories, or is it just like?
cinematic.
Oh, it's
It's
not
cinematic,
text,
like
or okay.
for the most part, it's cinematic. Yeah.
My wife entered the room and she's not looking happy. She needs something
Why?
delicious. There's no candy or chips in the closet, so. Okay. What about you, Jerry? What games are you playing lately, except for Skyrim?
Well, lately, I started playing the 7 Days to Die. Blood Squad introduced me into the game, and I personally didn't like it because of the graphics. It was like looking pretty outdated, very old.
Mm-hmm.
But then when we started playing it, it was like kind of fun. Like the gameplay wise, it was enjoyable, and there was a lot of things to do and pursue. So I really enjoyed playing it, and like I would recommend if people like to play a survival game, that's something to definitely play. It's very detailed, but yeah, in terms of graphics, it's not like top notch or something from current gen. It's a very old game. I think it's like from 2013. But yeah, gameplay wise, it's nice. Also, I from another single player game that's not too long ago I started playing is Horizon. Um, Horizon Zero Dawn and The Forbidden West. I
Wait,
really
Zero Dawn
like.
is the first one, right?
Yeah, Zero Dawn is the first one.
I think I played
And
until she was like a teenager. But you start with a girl, if I remember correctly, and then she grows up.
yeah, that is like very early stages. That's like maybe an hour or two into the game.
Yeah, but for me, that's already. I played it for 2-3 hours and then I stopped. But I do think it's a good. I do think it's a good game. I just didn't give it a fair chance, I think.
Yeah. I think they also released a remastered version of it. So I played that one. But I think the Forbidden West is definitely an like a really, really good game in terms of graphics. Like I don't think it can like compete. It's like really top of the list that I've played, like the best graphics I've seen.
Better than Battlefield 1?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
But
My
I must add something. Battlefield 1 is my favorite multiplayer game. Not my favorite game, but it's my favorite multiplayer game.
I'm
If
out.
that makes sense.
Yeah, of course it makes sense.
Okay.
What about you, Moogle? What are you playing lately? Mr. Moogle, sorry.
Yes, I'm here. Excuse me. My favorite game besides Battlefield 1 is right now for the moment Prologue, Go Way Back. It's from the publishers of how do you call it? Player Unknown.
Wait, that does ring a bell.
PUBG?
Yeah, from
Yeah.
PUBG.
Yeah.
And they started also and one a single player survival game, and that's awesome. It's very, very nice. You don't have enemies. You don't have like zombies or animals who are chasing you. It's only you and the environment. It's crazy.
All right. does any of you actually play all of those free games that are coming out? Because I think it's crazy lately. I think on a weekly basis there are like 5 new games, either free to own or free to play, and I don't even try them. I claim them all because I'm just expanding my library, mostly for my son, but I don't play them.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'm claiming I'm claiming them for my future kid. Nothing else. Like I don't think some of them are worth actually installing, like, or spending time. Some, like, I see that, for example, Epic Games, they, when there are like Christmas or Easter or whatever, like they give some great free games. For example, I got for free Red Dead Redemption 2, which is a nice game, and I actually installed it, but I don't have a lot of time in my life right now to spend playing an open world game. Yeah, like I would probably try some AAA or something that actually really interests me in the sense of what's about.
What about you, Cherry or Moogle? Do you guys play any of the free games?
No, same like everyone else here. I think I'm
For your
just
future
collecting
kids?
them. I'm not sure about that, but we'll see if they're gonna still be relevant at that time. But yeah, I'm just collecting them every so often. Yeah, as Massive said, comes like a great game. For Christmas there was Red Dead Redemption and Hogwarts Legacy. Also, not too long ago there was Civ 6 Platinum Edition. So I play those games, but yeah, the new random ones, no, I'm not really trying out new.
No, I don't like to try some new games out, and no, I'm sticking to Battlefield 1.
Okay, I have a question. Which was your first ever game?
I think for me, Tetris on the Game Boy. I was 6. Yeah, I think so. Tetris.
For me,
that game.
for me, it was like a random, completely random SpongeBob game on the web. I don't even remember it, but like I remember we were like so young. We were playing it with brothers, and the levels were so difficult that we couldn't pass the second level. But we were trying and trying and trying, but we never passed it. So I've been searching for a while now to find that game, but I don't think I will ever find it to finish it.
Well, it could have been a Flash game that maybe just doesn't exist anymore.
It was a Flash game.
Oh,
Yeah, it
yeah.
was a Flash game.
D-
I did like find some of the Flash games and I installed them on my PC, so I do play them from time to time. And like some websites found a way to like bypass that Flash and you can play them again. So I replayed some of those games again not too long ago. So yeah, it's a nice nostalgic memory from my childhood.
Okay. Well, the only game I see myself playing in the future is GTA 6 if they launch it on PC at the same time as the consoles, which I doubt. So I think I'll just gonna wait because I'm one of those suckers that bought it for PS3. I bought it again for the Xbox One, and I have bought it a third time for PC. But luckily, it was free with Epic Games, so I own it 3 times now, and I think they're gonna do the exact same thing with GTA 6. I actually have friends that bought shares of Take-Two because they believe the stock price will double when that game launches over the years. So they have thousands of euros in shares of that game, of that company, and because they believe it will skyrocket. And I honestly think they might be correct. I think what I like to watch, I don't play it, but I like to watch GTA 5 role play. That's something I see myself doing maybe in the future, and specifically trolling other people in that um, world. I just love how people get rage baited by the slightest things when they're online gangster or online cop, etc. I see myself doing something similar in GTA 6.
Okay. But
Okay.
don't you think like when the game is gonna release, the expectations are really, really high. I think because of the expectations that are so high, the game is actually gonna be a flop.
Nah, I don't think so.
No way. No.
Can you
No
can you
way.
mention one game that they launched that failed?
No, but
There you
I
go.
think if you like look at any AAA title games that have like recently launched new very expected games, like from Bethesda, what was it? Starfield, even Battlefield 2042. We can even say Battlefield 6 is kind of going very, very down now, right now.
Yeah, but those are other publishers, other studios. I think Take-Two specifically, the amount of quality detail, I think they have like 12 studios working together on this game. It's the budget is million. I think it's going to be the most expensive game ever made. I don't think it will fail. No way. I can't imagine. Because look at how many millions they've made with GTA 5. There's like no way they're gonna make that game fail. Unless many governments ban it because it will be too much profanity or sex or too realistic or whatever. But no, I really don't think so that it can fail.
Well, we will see. That's for the future.
Yeah. But that's something I think to explore when the game is out on PC, of like having a GTA 6 server, because I do think in terms of how do you call I used to call be Second Life and The Sims, etc. I think in terms of like a metaverse, I think GTA 6 will be the first game coming close to it in which people go to work, come home, and then log into GTA 6 to do whatever they want online, as in role play. I think that game will really make like role playing online, make it really big. I think much bigger than it is now in GTA 5, due to the realism and the size of the world and stuff like that. But I could be wrong.
We'll see.
All right. Well, that's it. I can't believe we actually lasted 2 hours, because when I looked at our segments and our preparation, I thought, oh, we're gonna be maxed out in like 45 minutes. But it took us about 2 hours. I don't know if you guys noticed it, but I already have some things that I'm gonna change for the next podcast. For example, the notifications, we're gonna disable them instantly. I also noticed, but it could be wrong, Jerry, I'm personally having trouble in focusing between speaking to you guys and reading my docs file, and then also reading the Twitch chat. So I do think, for me personally, it would help if we had someone constantly monitoring the chat and telling us like, okay, you should read this or respond to this, etc. Because I missed a lot of chat. I think if Massive didn't caught it that the audio was gone, I wouldn't have seen it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have anything left to mention? But this is our pilot, right? I mean, nothing goes perfect the first time, but any other things you already noticed or maybe should be done differently in the next episode?
For me, it was fun. Like it was like I was discussing in any other type. Like I didn't feel that we were doing this pilot thing or podcasting or whatever. So it was fine for me.
Okay. And you,
Me
Moogle?
also.
Well,
Yeah.
No, for me it's good, yeah.
And you, Jerry?
Mostly it was okay, but the problem is that I'm really nervous, so I was really shaking all the time and kind of shy.
Well,
But otherwise, I think it was
I already
okay.
wanted to suggest to maybe give you more a bit of the lead the next episode, because I do feel that I've taken too much control this time, and we should be co-hosting more. So I think next time I'll let you introduce the segments and questions and stuff like that. What do you think?
So he becomes more nervous or whatever.
Well, maybe less nervous.
No, trust me, man. Like we had 10 clan wars or more with Jerry together. On the 11th, he will say he's gonna be nervous. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, all I can say is then stream more of your gameplay. Go more live on Twitch and feel more comfortable doing it live. Because I don't know how many. Do you guys see how many people are watching? Because I had to close my notifications. I doubt it's going to be a lot. But yeah, I don't feel
Right
nervous.
now, I see 12 right now.
12, yeah, okay. I was 13 when I shut it down, so it's not a lot of people. So after this recording is over or live stream is over, the VOD is going to stay on Twitch, of course, on my Twitch, but we're also going to upload it to the official AMG YouTube channel. Some people might not know it, but we do have a YouTube channel. We were eventually planning to launch like monthly video compilations on it, etc. But we basically never got any submissions. So who knows in the future? But we're going to upload the VOD in a day or two to the YouTube channel. Or I'm actually going to try tomorrow. I have time tomorrow to upload it to our official YouTube channel. And then we're going to make a big announcement on the AMG Discord, in which we ping everyone, always risky, and announce the podcast. And we can get our feedback then. We'll ask people to reply in the comments to give feedback on the first episode, and we'll take that to the next episode. So next time there will be a new guest. Old guests like Massive and Moogle are always welcome, of course, if they feel free to, if they want to join. But we'll try to include every month either new recruits or new admins or new veteran members. That's something we should also start doing again, because we used to do it when people were 3 years in EMG, but I think we're so far behind that currently we have veterans in our clan that have already been 5 years in AMG and still don't have the veteran status. So we will also be inviting some really old school veterans in AMG to share their experience in the community. Okay, well, Massive and Moogle, thank you so much for joining us for the first episode. Yeah,
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
It was also a pleasure to make the preparation with Jerry. It was basically, I have to be honest, it's really nice working with him in general, to run the community, etc. Well, it's true. People see my webcam, so I can't fake the expression, but yeah, it's true. Okay, well, thanks everyone. I'm going to shut down the stream now. And like I said, it's going to be published on our YouTube channel tomorrow. And let us hear what you think of it. Okay? Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.